going on, everyone? Clutch City Chronicles back here with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the return of the Houston Rockets' young backcourt, and that is Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green, who both had amazing nights last night in a loss against the Lakers. It's an unfortunate loss because it's one of those games you really thought the Rockets were going to win, and it really looked like we were going to win that midway through the fourth quarter, but unfortunately, they caught fire from the three-point line. Melo hit a really clutch three. LeBron, just bullied his way into the paint, and they just sealed the deal. And it's sad to see, but the fortunate and bright spot of last night was definitely the backcourt of the Houston Rockets. Kevin Porter Jr., amazing performance. He had 9 assists. Of course, he had 5 turnovers. He's still getting into his zone as a point guard. But just overall, his chemistry with Jalen Green looked very good. They had a lob play last night where Kevin Porter Jr. threw a lob from almost half court all the way to Jalen Green, and Jalen Green threw it down with a force. And just overall, it's one of those moments that you just love to see in a Rockets game. Signs of chemistry between Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr. And as for Jalen Green, in his second outing since his return from his injury, he's had another efficient night. He was shooting amazing. In the fourth quarter, he had 14 points on efficient shooting splits, and overall, he looked like a different animal out there than prior to his injury. And part of that is due to the new lineup with Christian Wood at the 5. Again, I said this before, this is probably the greatest rotation change Steven Silas has made this season. The biggest one and the most important one, and that was putting Christian Wood back at the center. Now I understand his liabilities at the defensive end, but overall, we've seen better play from the Rockets with him at the center position, regardless of his, somewhat defensive liabilities. And just overall, we can see that Jalen Green is finally thriving with this new open spacing, and just overall great spacing. He's getting good shots, good looks. Finally, he's getting more, shot attempts than before. And just overall, he's looking like he's going to improve and hopefully put his name in the ballot for Rookie of the Year. As for Kevin Porter Jr., 9 assists on 22 points. Just overall, amazing performance from him. I believe he had 5 rebounds. And just overall, the backcourt is coming together for Houston. It's looking really good. This is a development year. Hopefully by the end of the season, we can safely say they are the backcourt of the Houston Rockets for the future. Right now, it looks like that with, the way they played last night. It really does look like they quite possibly will be the backcourt of the Houston Rockets for the future years, coming years. And just overall, it's great to see, Jalen Green finally getting efficient shooting averages, and, Kevin Porter Jr., finally getting, 20-point games. It's been a while, actually, because at the end of the day, both these players, they're buckets. But unfortunately for KPJ, he had to adjust to a very huge role, and that as a starting point guard, and that really affected his shooting output. But overall, now last night, he really looked like he found his comfort zone between playmaking and scoring. So hopefully we can see more of this in the future. They faced the Heat on Friday. I'm not sure if they're both going to play in that game on Friday, but I really hope so. It's another back-to-back. So really, at the end of the day, I think they're going to be playing one of those games, either against the Nuggets or the Heat. And the Heat have a lot of players out, so I wouldn't be surprised if KPJ and Jalen Green missed that game to face, the Denver Nuggets, who are a very good team. So comment down below your thoughts, like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for more.